Hey, didn't see you there. So, one thing. Hi, my name's Kiwi Coda. You probably already know me from this.
Slipping through the cracks of a dark eternity.
Or at least everyone that's already subscribed to me. If you're new here, you probably have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, and that's okay. In the spirit of Halloween, even though this will probably be uploaded sometime after because it's horror movie time, and in the spirit of following my ADHD hyperfixations to the absolute most possible limit that they can take me, I am doing a Halloween-themed Pokémon Randomizer Nuzlocke for Pokémon Platinum. Now, there are some important things to note here before we get started. One, I have never played Pokémon Platinum before. I played Diamond when I was 7. I have no idea what the hell I am doing. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be a struggle, and y'all are going to sit here with me, and we're going to struggle together because that's what friends do. This will be a series that will probably continue well after Halloween is already done and over with, but we're sticking to a theme, and this is what we shall do. And cue the dramatic effect. In the spirit of Halloween, I doth decree Halloweeny themed Pokemons, Miss Magius, Honchkrow, the one that drops children from the stratosphere. That kind of thing. They'll be the only Pokemon that we can use. Which means if on Route 1 I get that super cute Shaman and it's also a shiny, I can't catch it. Which also means that if, when I start the game, if one of the 3 starters are not a traditionally dark and or ghost type Pokemon, I'm not going to be able to do it and my run will be soft locked. Now, a question that some of you might be asking is, Coda, what are you going to do with some of these gyms if you're only using ghost and or dark type Pokemon? The thing about a randomizer is that even all the types are going to be randomized, which means that all the move sets are going to fit that specific typing. If you want my opinion, it's completely doable, or I could just be wrong and this is about to be a massive epic fail that everyone on the internet's going to see. But you know what? We're gonna have some fun doing it. So, without further delay, let's get into it. Alrighty, welcome to the gulag. So, run number 1 started off strong. We played through the intro, made it up to Route 201 with Barry, and one of the options for the starter was actually a Murkrow. And you can guess my excitement for this because it's literally one of the Pokemon that we had named in the intro. Now that's what I need. So yeah, I was ecstatic, already on run 1, and we already had a Pokemon that fit the theme. So I was going into it and I was ready to topple Barry and continue the run to the very end until his Pikachu opened up a fissure underneath my Murkrow and swallowed him whole. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. And then we were on run number 2. Thankfully, this is why we preemptively randomized a bunch of this. I repeated the same process, made it up to Route 201, where I was given a choice between a Poliwhirl, a Regice, and a Whismur. None of these had the traditional typing that I needed for the Halloween run though, so I was forced to unfortunately move on. Run number 3! Same process, and I was given the choice between a Hitmonchan, a Celio, and a Tyranitar. A Tyranitar? Hang on, hold up! Hold the phone. Hold the phone right now. Now, I had to double check to see if the typing was actually what I remembered it being, but once I saw that it was, I was ecstatic even more because the third time's the charm as they say. I battled Barry, confident my beefy dinosaur was going to slaughter his Primeape until I got double whammied by a nasty Psycho Boost and a Luster Purge combo. Luster Purge, are you joking me right now? Yeah, Tyranitar did not last long. This is just becoming sad, guys. Let's be real. Run number 4 was a Vibrava, Anorith, and Plusle combo. Nope. Run number 5 was a Grimer, Roserade, and Skarmory. Also no. And run number 6 was a Chimchar, Diglett, and Aron. I was beginning to lose hope, and I thought about going to sleep for the night and trying again the next day after I got off of work. But then, I got hit with a strike of inspiration, right? You know what? No. We are not going to get disheartened. We are not going to give up for the night. We're going to go ahead and do run 7 because I have a strong feeling. I can't explain it. I feel it in my gut. I had a strong gut feeling that Run 7 was going to take me so much more further, and that, if I really wanted to get far, I just needed to stick it through until the end and see where it took me. So I was ready, and I fashionably named my character Gorf, and I touched the center of Roman's Pokeball, repeated the process, made my way up to 201, where my options were a Delcatty, a Slugma, and a Cresselia. Now, this is where my big brain came into play, right? Now hear me out, wait a minute. Cresselia is a Psychic type, isn't she? Psychic type legendary introduced in Generation 4. Hear me out, guys. What is one thing that goes into Halloween? Witches. Yes. Now, psychic mediums, spirits, talking about ghosts. I think, shouldn't that be permissible as Halloween themed? So, because while ghost types and dark types are a strong theme for Halloween, so are psychic types. Psychic mediums, fortune tellers, and witches are among some of the most popular themes for Halloween itself, right? While I didn't explain it that well in the moment, as you can see, choosing this would not only bend my initial rule of ghost and dark types only, but it would let me progress a little further, so I went with it. Anything to not get soft locked at the starter selection, right? We slammed Barry's Nidorina with Ancient Power, played through the rest of the intro, nicknamed Cresselia Piper after the 3 witches from Charmed, and acquired our first Pokeballs from the Pokemart. Now, I was excited, but a run like this is fickle, If my first encounter on 201 was not traditionally a ghost, dark, or psychic type, I could not catch it. However, as if Arceus himself heard me in my cries of determination, my first encounter was none other than a Pokemon I mentioned by name in the intro as well, Mismagius. Oh my god! What did I say? What did I say in the intro? You could hear my excitement. However, she gave me a run for my money, cause not 1, not 2, but 5 Pokeballs later, Mismagius was finally caught. And she was a strong addition to the team, being a fight and flying combo. I decided to name her Prue after the eldest Charmed sister, and then I carried on my merry way to Lake Verity to try and nab a second encounter. But it was a Cacnea, and I was forced to put an end to its tiny life. Deciding to try my luck before giving the game a break for the night, I rushed up to Route 202, played through the catching tutorial where Lucas scored himself a legendary Bidoof, and I was cursed with encountering a Swellow, which did not fit the theme either. Uh-oh. Okay, and after a surprising struggle, I felled the flying beast and nommed a delicious 46 experience points for both Prue and Piper. And then, I healed them up, and I went to sleep. Then I completely forgot to record yesterday after I got home from work, so the day after, on the day of Halloween, I started up Run 7 again, and began power leveling the hell out of Prue and Piper. I was not expecting a Palkia to be hiding in the grass, who I kept encountering intermittently throughout this experience, but it was a tasty experience boost to kill a legendary as much as it hurt my soul. I repeated this process over and over and over again, and after Piper and Prue were both level 10, I zoomed my way up to the first trainer battles, utterly slaughtered a Lima Bean and a Parakeet, Piper learned Rock Tomb, and I was feeling excited once more. After making it to Jubilife City, I went ahead and decided to go to school because truancy is illegal, battled the trainers there, gave Barry his parcel, and then I decided to try my luck for my next 2 encounters after getting the Poketch. We stomped Barry and his 2 entirely different Pokemon, and then I was met with my Route 203 encounter. A Kyogre! I was not happy to have to kill a second legendary encounter, but because Kyogre is a true water type traditionally, I could not catch it. But hope was not lost, because we still had our Route 204 encounter. So, I made my way north of Jubilife, and it was a Gardevoir! Psychic! All is not lost, guys, and it's a freaking Gardevoir! Who gave me just as much of a run for my money as Prue did back on 201. But, in the end, I did catch her. I named her Phoebe after the 3rd sister from Charmed, and I officially had the power of 3. She's a true grass type, so I decided to take Phoebe for a little power leveling back on 203 where I encountered a Bronzong. It seemed so unassuming. I was prepared to have Phoebe tank and spank with a Spatial Rend spam. Oh dear. No. No. It's fine. It's really fine, guys. But then Bronzong showed its true colors of being a secret fire type, an Overheat utterly annihilated Phoebe. My first Nuzlocke death, Phoebe never stood a chance. Phoebe, I hardly knew you. I knew you for a total of 10 minutes, but when it came down to it, Gardevoir is my favorite Pokemon. Or one of my favorite Pokemon, rather. And I'm sad that you had wasted potential. Farewell, Phoebe. Disheartened, I decided to press on and make my way toward Orberg because I knew that the cave encounters gave me at least a bit of a fair chance to replace what I had lost. The last thing I wanted to do was enter Orberg Gym with a team of 2. The idea was terrifying, in all honesty. But when the Orberg Gate encounter gave me a Nidoqueen and the Orberg Mine gave me a Skuntank, which would have been great had I not murdered it. You win some, you lose some, right, guys? I was left with no other choice. Deciding to skip the trainers, I battled Rourke, where, much to my surprise, his team of 3 didn't stand a chance against the combined might of Prue and Piper. My ragtag team of 2 just stomped this gym. My blood was pumping, I was hyped, we had just secured our first gym badge. Run 7 was the run, and I couldn't have been happier. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? A hippopotamus. Hippopotas, rather. I eagerly made my way back to 204 to continue north to the cave. However, I made a damning discovery. Oh, that's going to be an issue. To continue on, I needed Rock Smash, which I did have, but Prue and Piper couldn't learn it. I had traveled all this way, suffered endlessly to continue the Halloween theme and make this Nuzlocke the Nuzlocke of all Nuzlockes. Try saying that 3 times fast. My only hope was acquiring a Pokemon in the Ravaged Path that was both a traditionally Ghost, Dark, or Psychic Pokemon and could learn Rock Smash. But with my encounter being a Girafarig that I murdered, that hope was extinguished. I decided to carry on to Route 218 to try my luck with an old rod encounter, where I accidentally maximized my client and messed up the camera angle, but my encounter was an Umbreon. That filled me with hope. After using a nest ball that I acquired and accidentally misgendering him by naming him Paige after the 4th and final sister from Charmed, I discovered that he was an ice type. Still couldn't learn Rock Smash. All of these hours of gameplay, all of the time it took to put this together, and I was soft-locked at the Ravaged Path with no way of continuing on. I had been officially stopped, with no way around it. Or, if you guys would like, I could redo a route encounter and continue the legacy of Piper and Prue, or I could start an entirely new Nuzlocke if this gets boosted enough, I don't know. This was definitely a challenge. I had a lot of fun doing it. But for now, I'm going to leave it be. I have absolutely no idea how PM7 or Purple Cliff has the patience to do these things so often. It really is a lot, but I would do it again. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, possibly a comment, and most certainly, do not forget to subscribe. I will see you guys later. Hey, I have a Twitch. You should follow my Twitch. Twitch.tv/thecuticota.
Follow my Twitch.
Please, I'm getting desperate.
Follow my Twitch.